I'm Kadrick Olson, the author of Runes for Transformation, and in this video we're going to talk a little bit about how you can use runes in your shamanic practice and to go on spiritual journeys. Now, before we can do that, we need to understand a little bit more about what runes are and how runes exist in the world. Now, we all know about the little stones that we can fit into our hand, little pieces of wood with the staves carved onto it. Well, beyond that, the energy that exists within that stave, the little tiny bits of focused energy that exist within all things everywhere, that's the actual rune that we're going to be working with. Now, to access that energy, all you really need to do is turn yourself into a radio. And what I mean by that is if you change the way you think, the way you feel, you basically change your internal world, that you're tuning into the radio station of the rune. Then you will access that energy of the rune, you become part of that runic's nature, and you allow that runic energy to take you over. Now, there are 3 runes that we're going to be working with in this video, and, well, without further ado, here they are.
There are 3 runes that work together to alter one spiritual being into a shamanic state. Iwaz is the rune of the yew tree. It has long been associated with graveyards and the realm of the dead. Iwaz also represents the world tree Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is a conduit of energy that connects all of the 9 worlds together. When one travels along this tree, that is one way of achieving shamanic journeying. Ehwaz is the rune of the horse. Ehwaz is the rune of travel and even the status of that traveler. To the ancient Norse shaman or even the Scythe workers, they were highly revered if not feared for their talents. There are many stories in the Norse lore about the horse being used to cross from the land of the living into the land of the dead, and this is especially true of the great horse Sleipnir, the horse that belongs to Odin. And in the case of shamanic journeying, Ehwaz represents the vehicle or the means by which a person can cross the veil. They can take that shamanic journey on the image of a horse, or it can even be the energetic conversion of their spiritual being into a different realm. The 3rd rune, Laguz, is the rune of water mysteries. Tied in with Laguz is emotion, psychic abilities, and dreams. Since we're dealing with a spiritual journey, words of the conscious mind are not as useful. One must tap into their emotional being in order to process and understand the energetic states they are experiencing. The depth of the water mysteries connected with Laguz allows one to tap into this energetic part of themselves so they can truly understand the spiritual nature of the realms they are traveling to.
Now, the combined energy of these 3 runes works to effectively alter one's spiritual energy into a shamanic state. It's almost as if it liquefies a person's spiritual being so that it can easily slip out of this world into another world and then easily slip right on back. Now, one of the cool things that we can do with runes is since runes have a phonetic value to them, that means their sounds can be sung. And when you're doing your preparation for your journey, or as you're even journeying along, you can sing the seed sounds of these runes. It even helps if you have someone who drums for you, that they can sing these sounds. Now, it's useful to use this rune song to get into the journey. If you feel yourself slipping out of the journey, it helps you get right back into the place. Also, if you choose to, some people sing it the whole time that they're there. If you have a group of people, one person's dedicated drummer. That one person, dedicated drummer, is also the dedicated singer. So here are the phonetic values of those runes.
Now, the 1st rune, Iwaz, has the sound of I. The 2nd rune, Laguz, its phonetic value is L, so it has a oo sound. The final rune, Ehwaz, has an sound. Putting them all together, it makes a runic mantra that sounds like Ayla, Ayla, Ayla. Singing those phonetic values in that order and in that way will help tune your spiritual being into the shamanic state to help it go deeper and find its way a lot easier as it's journeying. Now, believe it or not, there's actually a drumming pattern that works for these runes. The 24 runes of the Elder Futhark can be broken down into 3 rows of 8 runes called eights. Based on the Elder Futhark order and in which rune row the rune falls in, gives a number of beats to that pattern. For our 3 runes, we'll look at the patterns that follow.
The first rune we've been working with, I was, is in the second rune row, or the second 8. Therefore, I give it 2 beats. The next rune, Laguz, is in the third rune row, or the third 8. Therefore, I give it 3 beats. And the final rune, Ewaz, is in the third rune row also, and so I give it 3 beats as well. Combined, here's the sound of those 3 runes being drummed. It needs to be noted that the use of these 3 runes is going to set up the energetic inertia to take your spiritual being into the realms of the underworld, to the realms of the dead, Helheim as it's known to the Old Norse. Now, if you're skilled in the shamanic practices and the ways of spiritual journeying, you'll know how to realign your energy so that you can reach the middle and the upper worlds, the realms of Midgard to the realms of Asgard, Ljosalfheim, and the such. If you're unskilled in these arts, I'm afraid that you'll probably find yourself in Helheim with the land of the undead. That may or may not be the place you want to go. Now please remember that it's not necessarily a bad place to be, it's just a place where the dead are. But there are a couple runes that we still have to cover that can help you out in any situation that you face. And here they are. This rune's name is Elhaz. This is a rune that will keep you safe in no matter what situation you may have to face. All you need to do is call upon it, sing its name, and your energies will be aligned with the upper worlds and surround you with a protective field. Elhaz, being in the second rune row, gets 2 rune beats, like this. Elhaz, Elhaz, Elhaz. The next rune that we're going to work with is Manaz. This is the rune of mankind. This is of Midgard. This is of your physical body and the physical realm. This is a rune that you can call upon if you ever get lost, if you need to find your way back. Anytime you need it, call upon Manaz to bring you back into reality. Manaz is in the third rune row, and it gets 3 beats. Manaz, Manaz, Manaz. Well, there you have it. Those are the runes that you can use for shamanic journeying. I do want to emphasize caution that you just don't use these willy-nilly without any sort of experience or training in the shamanic arts. Training and understanding of what can happen to you during a journey will greatly help you out in case you encounter anything. With that said, I hope you've enjoyed this video clip, and I also recommend you check out my book, Runes for Transformation, to understand other ways that the runes can help change your life. Thank you.